Why this topic is important? Because 46% of all Google searches are looking for local information, and 4 in 5 consumers use search engines to find local information. And you guys know it probably yourself, especially on phones today. If you're looking for something, very often we are looking for a restaurant near me or a restaurant in a special, in an exact location. So those local searches are extremely popular on Google, and for local businesses, these are extremely important to basically get their customers from SEO. So that's why we selected this topic, and I hope we'll get some useful information. Since I see a few new faces, let me just very quickly introduce AstroLabs, who's behind this mini class. Many of you know us either from AstroLabs Academy or from our co-working center back down in GLT. So we are a company which kind of trying to develop the digital and tech ecosystem in the Middle East. We have several types of businesses or activities we do. The main one or the one which we are talking about here today is the Marketing Academy. So we run several different courses in digital marketing, tech, data, and similar topics in both actually UAE and Saudi. As I said, we have co-working in GLT, we have co-working in Riyadh as well. We have built company setup, and we also have a recruitment part called AstroLabs Talent. In case you guys would be looking for employees, or on the other hand, you're looking for job, you might head down to jobs.astrolabs.com. This is where AstroLabs Talent's clients are posting job listings. So you might find many in digital marketing actually there because it's one of their specialties. So jobs.astrolabs.com is where you can head down to check for open positions. When it comes to Academy, I'll tell you more later. I will not bother you with or delay you more from getting the content, but I just want you to be familiar with the types of digital marketing courses we're running at the moment. We have a digital marketing certification course, which is the introduction to digital marketing, either in person or online, happening here in Dubai, or online live through Zoom. And then a few specialization courses, we can talk about it towards the end. But I don't want to delay us from the main speaker of today and from the main topic, from Amar Badr. Really happy to have you today. Amar is a SEO account director at RBBI, one of the best SEO agencies in the region. And you guys who attended some of our sessions, you know that usually I don't speak very highly about agencies. RBBI is one of a few exceptions. So very happy to have Amar with us. Amar, over to you. Please introduce yourself, and really excited for your session.
Thanks, Lucas. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us today. We'll share my screen. Cool. So, yeah, my name is. Sorry, can you make me the host? You can see my screen now?
Yep, we can see your screen.
Sorry. Yeah. So my name is Ammar Badr. I'm an SEO account director at RBBI, and I've been with RBBI over 8 years, working on like many websites, over 60 websites in the region, and globally, to be honest. One of the leaders websites in the region, like from travel to e-commerce, automotive, retail, and more, like almost all industries. So I'm here as well today to share a little bit some experience with local search and Google My Business in general, and showing and giving some tips about what we can do and giving some insights about it. During the presentation, please ask a lot of questions. Ask me, because the presentation, it is just to guide the discussion, and I'm happy here to share my experience answering your questions, especially with Google My Business, because it is really different from industry to industry, and it is really from case to case, different from case to case. So depends on the situation. We'll have different answers and different strategies or tactics that we can do. And yeah, please interrupt me if there is something that's not clear. Ask me, and I'm happy to answer and your questions and give you some insights. We're gonna go through today as like introduction for Google My Business in general, talking about the platform quickly, what is this platform, and then like how we can set up an account as well, like quickly, just like to see how you can set up your account on Google My Business. Then we're gonna like spend a lot of time on like talking about the best practices in general. As I said, like each type of industry have like more stuff or more best specific stuff. You can add more. I'll try to highlight some during the presentation, but again, if there is anything you want to ask, feel free to ask about that. And then we're gonna talk about the reports a little bit at the end of this session. Great. So let's start first with introduction about Google My Business. So Google My Business, it is a platform Google created for the businesses to manage their local listings on Google Maps in general, to manage the virtual store, let's say, locations on the online. And every local business owner could have or could own a Google My Business account to manage their location. Doesn't matter what is the industry or what is any domain you work in. If you have a physical location, if you have a place that customers can come and visit, or you offer a services from this place, you can create a Google My Business account and a location and use that location to promote your business and that platform. So it is really important to be visible there if you have that, because if you are not, and people, as you saw in the beginning, like when Lucas highlighted, almost half of the searches are about like locations, about like local information. So if you are not visible or if you are not present there, your competitor will be. So you are missing a lot if you don't have the account or if you don't like use this platform. It is, as I said, it is really important. Of course, like having this, it helps you to appear on many different places if you have the account. One of them, first one, it's called the knowledge panel. Most of you saw it when you type any brand or big names or even a location on Google on desktop mainly. It shows like bigger or more visible than the mobile. And it is just that kind of information about the business, the opening hours, the website. Again, if there's industry, like if it's a restaurant, it shows the menu, logos, pictures, as you can see in the screenshot. So it's different as well, this space from industry to industry, how it look like. But it is a really big space where you can present or show like your business and your brand in general. So all this information, you manage it through Google My Business, that it is in the knowledge panel. The other place, it is the local pack. The local pack, you see it inside the search on mobile and desktop. It's like hidden, you see like the locations. And here, like there is a play for the ranking to rank high or low. As well, like it is reflect on the location, because Google will always prioritize something near to me. For example, like when I put like Dubai Mall and took the malls in Dubai, and I took this screenshot, it showed me the first result, the closest mall to me. As I'm living like in Arabian Ranches, so like it will be like the closest one is Cityland. So like this one is reflect on the location. But anyway, to be visible here from the beginning, you need to have Google My Business and location and profile to appear here. And the last one is the Google Map. Of course, like here, if it's the website or if it is the mobile app, Maps app. And here where most of the people use it to find directions, to call, to find informations. So it is where like most of the searches for the locations happens. So yeah, again, this is the third place or like one of the most important places as well. If you have Google My Business, you will appear for your location, you will appear here. So what is the benefits from having Google My Business? Google My Business shortcut GMB. I will use it sometimes because it's really long to say Google My Business every time or to type it. So always GMB referring to Google My Business. It is an opportunity to appear for listing. Otherwise, you couldn't. And without Google My Business, you will not have a physical location on the maps. Of course, you will say like there is big brands, like if we are talking about like malls or even banks or stuff, the locations automatically will be created because people search for it a lot. If people searching a lot, let's say for KFC in Dubai Mall, and KFC, they didn't create that locations. Google automatically will create that location, but the information could be wrong because Google will use like IA to pull the data and the information and to put the and using as well the local guides who can suggest it or users to fill this information. It is as well risky as not like having appearance because you don't control that appearance. But if you are a new brand or something, if you want to be visible, Google My Business provide you the opportunity to be visible there. Of course, there you can collect reviews and display reviews if you are like proud of your services and you are servicing the client, your customers really good. Having the good reviews, it will help you a lot to sell more on the business. People a lot like value the reviews that they see and they read, so it will help you really to sell more and to promote your business in a really positive way. So if you are confident about your products and in your services that you provide, this it will be a great place to get like really easy and free reviews for your business. And of course, you can get a lot of insights about the business, from where your customers coming from, which areas, where you appear, which keywords like you appear on the maps, which how people like finds you, if people like know your brand or like you appear more on generic stuff. We will go through that like later on. So it will give you a lot of insights as well that will help you to grow your business and do more. Let's move to the setup, how we can set up a Google My Business account. I will like show this like quickly, the video explaining. I guess it will be easier than putting points, so you can see and you can of course like check the link and you can see the video. You enter the Google My Business website like and you sign in using your Gmail account. So if you have a Gmail account, any Gmail account, you can use it, sign into to Google My Business, and then you try to find your business. If it's a new business, and you will find from the options create a new. If it's already exists on the map because people search for it, you will find it as an option, and then you click next, and then you provide the information like adding the address. Later on, we're gonna talk about all these steps like in detail, how you do it in the best way. But just like you fill your address, where is your location, which city. Here it's showing US, so like in UAE it will be which emirate, for example, and then you put next. And then here it asks you if you serve your customers outside the location. That means if you have delivery or not, or no, people need to come in. So here you choose if yes, you service them outside your location, or no, everyone need to come to the location. I sell the stuff only in my place, or it's a restaurant, I don't do delivery. And then here you add the areas if you serve them. Like it will be, for example, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and like depends on the location. You add the phone numbers, your website, all this kind of information that you can see. And if you don't have a website, Google as well provide you with option to create a page, and then you put finish. That's it, that's simple. And you have now a Google My Business, and then you only need to verify it. The verification in UAE, it's a bit complicated. So there is the option always to do like by mail, or like to the primary one, there is by email. Like there is multiple like options. But in UAE, it's really take really long. You can't do that. You need to contact the support team for Google in a forms always to be able to do that. I can share maybe the forms later with you guys, like links to the forms, but it is like really straightforward. When you do that, like you will have always here on the right bottom of Google My Business a support thing. You can chat with Google and ask them, and they're gonna support you to claim any location, and it takes time. So you need to expect in UAE, if you are claiming locations for UAE, at least to have like 3 to 4 weeks to claim any location, unless you are a listed agency in Google, and then you can contact that agencies. If you are like a listed agency, partnered agency with Google for the locations, they have an instant option to verify any location, and then you can do that. But it's not available for everyone. It is mainly for approved agencies from Google, but anyone can do it. You don't need to pay them like that amount of money and like to speed up the process. Like you can follow like the steps, and just like ask Google, they will call you. You will do a video call verification. You will just like need to open video and go around your location and show them the location, and they're gonna give you verification after that. So this is how you set up the account. I try to speed up in the beginning a little bit on this side because it's just like to make sure everyone aware about what we are talking about. We're gonna go now more in details and start talking about the best practices. As I said, on the best practices, I tried like to highlight here the most common ones across all the industries. And if there is any specific stuff, we can talk about it. Please feel free to ask me during the session, and I can answer you. First one is the name, of course, the name of your business. So the name of the business, it should be like really reflect the name of the business, your brand, as it is on your physical store or physical place. Or your website, or depends like how where is your brand, like try to use that name. You will have option to add it like in English, and then if like you are in country like UAE for the Arabic, you can from the edit on Google like to suggest or to revise your Arabic name or the other language name. If you decided to go first with the Arabic name, to add your name in the Arabic, you can mix both names and the together. Like you can add if you want, like let's say for more of the Emirates, you can add more of the Emirates hyphen, then you add Mall al Imarat in Arabic like in the other half. So you can mix both of them as well, because until now Google doesn't have they don't have multi-listing for the same location per language. They only have it in English, and they auto-translate everything inside the information when people search in different language. This is like what you can do for the multiple languages. And yeah, so of course, like when you accurately presenting your business name, it will help the users to find you online. So don't expect, if you are like if you decided to put something different than your business, people to find you, because people mainly will present you through will like find you or look for you through your actual name. There is a couple of stuff for the names you should avoid to do. I will like try to highlight the most important ones, or like the most stuff like people usually, as we saw, like used to have it like with the brands that we worked on, like people like did it before, and like some mistakes we need to avoid. First one is adding marketing taglines. This is really not acceptable for Google. And like, for example, adding like most like convenient bank, best car dealer in UAE, best bank in the Middle East, stuff like that. It's not acceptable at all. And Google penalize the locations that have this kind of taglines. Really, the name, it should be reflecting your brand name, and that's it. It should not be like promoting anything. It's not like a title or a promotion place to sell your business. It's just like it should be information for the name of the business to help users to access or to find your business. Second is the store code. The store code, which is like adding, like sometimes if there is like multiple store or stuff, adding this kind of information doesn't make sense to the user, and it's not clear. I don't know if my store GLD have code 0134, and my branch in Media City has like 0356. And this is how I differentiate them in the business. But for the users, they don't know. You should not like do this kind of stuff that users don't know and add it as a business name and expect users to do it. Trademark, register, like having this R thing, you should not add it. Fully capitalized keywords, like you should not have the words like as like fully capitalized, like Subway, like how it is now. The only exception for this one, if it is a shortcut, and if it's KFC, it's fine. BMW, it's fine. But if it's not, or if it is in your brand name, like having capital letter or something, yeah, it's fine. But if like something like that, you should not have it. In AstroLabs, for example, their location should not be like AstroLabs, all capital letters. Business hours information, including close, open status, you should not add this. There is a place down to add all this information. You should not like put like a 24/7 opening or temporarily close. A lot of people did it in COVID time, where they added to their name like temporarily close or something like that. This is not good. There is a place, and Google have the place to show that to the users. So you should not like do that. And phone numbers as well, like or website URL, like and here I always like been asked like, if what if my brand it is the name of a website? If it is like that, Google will accept it. But if it is possible not to do it and not don't risk it, it's fine. Like I guess, for example, in UAE, I guess sellmycar.com, their brand name, it is their it's a domain, and it's like the domain. So like their maybe their location, they wanted to do it in the same way, but like try to avoid this kind of stuff. Special characters like percentage or and or something like this, unless it is in the brand name, like H&M, for example, like they can put it in that way because it is their brand name, it's really well known, or it is your brand. So like, but in general, like you can't just replace and with or add with anything, just like to make it shorter, or like unless if it's not your brand name, you can't do it. That's for the name. For the address, it's really straightforward. It is like the pin, what is the location? And here you need to be precise, you need to be accurate in the address. It is a little bit challenging as well in UAE because of people like the street names or the location. It's not that that structured in the same way like US, and like the in general, the Google My Business platform built for American users first. We can say that it's not that friendly for other countries where it's like different way to they do the addresses or the streets or etc. And especially here, it's really mixed up. Sometimes you will see it in Arabic, sometimes in English, and Google auto pick this kind of stuff, but always you can change it. And the best thing to do is when you do it, like you can always like move the pin and put it, and you can put something really clear and reflecting the address that you put on your website. And I recommend to do that all the time, because when you do that, Google less likely will change it automatically to something else and be less confusing, because Google can automatically change the stuff and you always need to update it. So just try to do it like manually, move the pin, put it where is exactly your location, and type in the address line 1 your location, how you add it on your website, or how you describe your location, especially if there is like a proof. I've seen like a question like about virtual office. Yes, you can do that. Yeah, there is for this virtual for the virtual and for the PO box stuff. What you need to do, try to do is, this is how Google say it in the best practices, is in the address line 1 you put the location where is the business is, and the second line you add the PO box. So it should be in the address line 2 where you can add it. Not in the address line 1, and then it will be acceptable. This is what they said. To be honest, I've never tried to do one like this for the virtual offices with PO box only. But this is how they put it in the recommendation when it is like that situation. Same for virtual kitchens, for example. If it's a virtual kitchen, you can do that thing. Add the PO box in the second line. So yeah, so this is for the address. Of course, like don't like add like URLs or keywords, or try to do that inside the location. Like inside the location, adding the address, like trying being smarter and add like keywords or stuff like that. It will not be useful, and it will be more misleading, and it's not recommended. For the phone and the website, use, of course, a local phone number, central, like trying here as much as you can not to use, these customer service ones, like adding, especially if it's a chain, like more the actual branch thing. To be honest, not people, most of the people doesn't follow that, and most of the businesses doesn't want that. It's not a big deal. It is the recommended, but it's not something it will affect if you use like an 800 number for everything, for example, if you want all the calls to go to the customer service. But you can add as additional number maybe the branch name, because sometimes really users want to call that specific branch, or want to get information from that specific place. They don't want to go directly to the customer service. And some of them, no, they want the customer service. So if you can add as well as an additional number, just to make sure you are serving your users really well. And don't provide like the phone number, all the URLs that refer to landing, like another like landing or landing page, or like another like phone number or something like that. It should be like straightforward. If I'm clicking the call button or I'm clicking on the website, I should land on what I'm expecting to see from the user perspective. So try to do that. And there is one tip here as well I will talk about. This is, I don't think it is valid for UAE. I've never seen it in UAE. There is like phone calls called like premium phones, where like you pay money when you call them, and it is like a higher amount than any regular call, and Google doesn't accept that type of number. So if you have that, you can't add it to the Google My Business. I'm not sure if this case it's applicable in UAE or not, to be honest, but just like FYI. For the opening hours or the hours in general, it's really simple and easy. You will see you can add opening hours for like provide your regular customer facing hours operation. Of course, it's not like when my employees work or because this platform is really designed for the users, for the customers. So I need to put like, if a customer want to come to my place, to my location, to my business, or if they want to call, or if I want anything, they should like use this opening hours and should reflect that. And if we have departments, like multiple ones, and I have like each department like different working hours. So what you need to do is to create a separate profiles, because Google doesn't show multiple hours in one listing. And we can say it, let's say I have a clinic, and that clinic has like section for kids and section for adults. Make it that simple. And the kids part is it is like opening from 10 to 10, and the adult part it's from 8 to 8. So here I can't add both of them the same. So my clinic need to have two business listings. One called like my clinic hyphen we can put for adults, and another one for kids, so people can know that this is the adults, this is the kids, and then you add the separate working hours. You can mix multiple hours together. So yeah. For example, I give example like maybe Center Point in UAE for shopping, because inside they have like Shoe Mart or a baby shop, stuff like that, like multiple like brands inside it. So, and if each one of them work in a different working hours, so the Center Point can't have only one location, because all of them it's inside the same location. They need to create separate locations. And always you can add like additional hours or exceptional hours. Eid it's coming. If you already have the business, you will see already placed on Google My Business now, where you can add the special hours, opening hours for Eid, for example. And you can create your own, even if it's like public holiday or well known, you can create your own like special hours, and this it will be reflect only in the days that you change the hours. It will reflect that on the platform, and then it will go back to normal when that day is passed. For the category, it is the place where actually it's reflect how your profile will look like. Because if you are a restaurant, you will have different listing from a hospital, from a car dealer, from a shopping mall, from a company or corporate. So here you define your industry or your business. So the category helps the customer to find the accurate specific results for their interest. So if when you choose this, it is not something it's a tick box. I want users who are interested in shopping, interested in like finance, interested in I don't know, like you can choose tick everything, and then you think then you will be appearing on more stuff. No, it should be really represent your industry. It should be the primary category. It's only one you should choose, and it should reflect which domain that you work on. You can add more than one category, because sometimes you could be listed in one more than category. It could be, for example, like a restaurant, my restaurant could have a cafe as well, so I can add as a cafe, and I could have as a co-working space as well, or like stuff like that. So it is like listed in multiple categories. I need to choose first a primary one, which is what is my main business. Is it a restaurant? And then I can add additional categories, which is you could choose like it is a cafe or something like that. And but it is as much as you can like reduce that. It's better. It's not a place to add keywords, or if you think if you added more categories that means you will be visible more. No, it will be more confusing, and most likely Google will remove them. Google actually, not more than two, maximum three, they will allow you to appear on, to add, otherwise they will keep removing it. Doesn't matter how much you try to add it. For the photos, of course, you see like, and this is one of the biggest struggles for any business, because the photos, it's not fully controlled by you. And actually it is not controlled by you at all. It is mainly by users, because any user can upload photo where they write the review, or even without writing the review, from your location. The only thing that you can do is to first, you can flag these photos and highlight it to Google, and Google then after that they will remove it. Second, you can upload your own photo. And here, like, this is the most important thing, like keep being active on uploading that and trying. So you will always make sure the primary photos that people are saying are the photos that uploaded by the owner, you, better than like users, because you will see really funny stuff. We had like during these years with working with many brands, a lot of like funny stories about a lot of like funny pictures we saw in different locations, where people like, because they can post whatever they want, and Google doesn't filter that much. So for the photos, you have different type of photos. Of course, you can add your logo, and it's really important to add your logo. A cover photo, because you remember, like on the search, when you open the Google My, the location, when you search for it, like there is a big picture appear next to the location. So the cover photo, it is like define that. And the business photos, and here where everyone, like there is places to add interior photos, exterior photos, photos for your products, or if it's a restaurant, for your dishes, or if it is a showroom photo for the cars, or if it is I don't know, depends on the business that you are in. You will see like all the options to add a lot of photos. And the photos, like guidelines, the format, it should be when you upload it just quickly, like in GPG or PNG. The size between 10 to 10 kilobytes to 5 megabytes. Try to make it smaller in terms of yeah, Rami, you can ask the user to delete the photo, but it will be like really difficult to go and outreach all the people. And you'll see it if you have multiple locations, not only one location. If you are dealing on big scale, a chain brand, if you are working in agency or something like this, it will be really hard to keep filtering and like going through all the locations uh, and filter the pictures and go outreach people, or even to flag it. So it's the safest thing is to be active and keep adding pictures more than the users. So Google will always prioritize your pictures over theirs, because it will be like mission impossible to go through all the pictures and like highlight what you don't like. So yeah, going back to the guidelines, the resolution between 720 to 720, 720 pixels. The minimum is 250, so the recommended is 720. The quality, of course, it should be like high quality picture, and you can actually report all the low quality, and Google will report. Yeah, how you can define that, like there is a place on the Google My Business where there is, when you upload the photo, you can add like again, depends on the business it's show. For example, if your primary category it's not like a restaurant, you will not see the food option. Or if it's not a location where customers can sit in, you will not see the vibe. But all of them have the interior and exterior, inside, outside place where you can add the photos inside that category, and then like the outside inside it. So there is a place there. Yeah, like and yeah, you can, the square images, like as you can see, it is like square. The pixel is 70, 720, 720, 250, 250. Using the 720, 720, it is the most recommended. Why? Because on most screens, it will not be cropped or cut by Google. So that's why. This is how it affect or not affect, to be honest. It's not about the ranking, it's about like what to show. If you didn't use a square one, when they show it, let's say on the search and the knowledge panel, it will be cropped. Google automatically will crop it. So maybe there is something important you want to show in that picture and Google cropped it. So you don't have control for that. So it's better to follow, that's why it's to follow this recommended resolution. And below than that, Google will not accept the image. Above than 5 megabytes, they will not accept the image when you upload it. And make sure it is small, the image as well, in terms of size, in terms of page speed. Remember, people use most of the local search through mobile, and they serve that through mobile. You don't want like to have really big loading images there. Business description, everyone can write a business description. It's really straightforward, simple. Just like we'll give quick tips, like anyone can write like a couple of sentences about like your business. Don't try to promote the business, describe your business. Don't should highlight what makes your business unique, what is good about your business, not like promoting or selling the business. You should not add anything irrelevant or talking about competitors or even adding promotional stuff, or like I have like offers every month, or I have always 50% discounts, this kind of stuff. It should not be cheesy or like trying to sell in this way. This is a business description. If the user want to read it, they need to know about your business. There is other places to add your offers. There is other places inside Google My Business to promote your business, but the business description is not the place there. So you should not do that. We come to the most important part, I would say, in the Google My Business, and the most unused section. I would recommend, if you don't do it, to do it immediately, because it's really effective. A place to do a Google Post. The Google Post, it's a free first. It's easy to do, and it really create, if your business popular and if you are really active on this, it really create a great awareness for anything you will promote. We'll go through what you can do through it. So you can create and share announcements, offers, new stuff, popular items in stock, products, a lot of stuff. So you can do all of that, and the post can include text, photo, video, to promotion, all the stuff that I was saying you can do before. Here is the place to do it, and here where you can promote your business, and here where you can like really increase your conversion if you are selling something, or even increase the awareness if you are just like a business want like people to know you more, or to know about you in general. First type of post is the Covert Post. I wanted to highlight this just like to tell you, like there is an option during COVID, like Google created it. Maybe now it's like less important, but depends on the region, because here where you can update anything regarding any change in the policies or any change in anything regarding the COVID, you can update it here. Any update in the business hours or anything related to COVID situation, you can add it in this section, and Google provided this place as well to promote it and make sure the users will see it. If you want users to know anything, let's say you can mention there is a queue line, or like distance, or from this date to this date, or the lockdown, anything regarding to COVID. The second one, it's the offers. Put here as well, like kind of like real examples from the stuff that we are working or worked on before. This one, it's for Automall. Today it's the last day for the valid. If you are interested, you can go. I'm not trying to promote for them. So for the offer one, what you can do is to provide information about an offer. If there is any discount or anything special for your business and you have an offer, you can promote it there. And by promoting it, like you can add the date from when to when it's valid. If there is any specification, you can add an image, add a title for the offer, you add a link where people can redeem, or they can click, or they can buy. There is a lot of options for like the call to actions that you can add. So users, they will see it on Google when they search for the locations, and then they can click on it and know about it, the offer, and go directly to your website. The product post, this is one of the most powerful thing. Of course, here I just want to mention one thing about the offers is like, for example, like tomorrow, it will be 15th of July, the offer will disappear from the Google because it's not active anymore because there is a valid or validity range for that. For the product post, it's where you can see inside the business, it will appear. You can add your products. Of course, if you are selling cars or if you are selling whatever you are selling, e-commerce or anything you are selling, you can add them as a product. You can add an image. You can add the name of the product. You can add a price. The price, it's optional. You can add a URL as well to go directly to the website and buy the product or like directly to the cart. Doesn't depends how you want them to see it or not. So you can add them. You can group them in categories. For example, for the cars, you can group like coupe or hyper, SUVs, sedan. So if I'm interested to any of this, I can click on the category, see what type of products inside that category. Can you imagine on the e-commerce, you can do the same? Like, for example, if I'm a furniture place, I can sell them um, tables, dining rooms, or stuff. You can categorize them and add all your products inside it. And there is stuff it's must, which is adding picture and title. There is stuff optional. You can add range of price as well if you want. If you don't want to add specific price, you can add starting from, if you have like multiple price options. You can play with it a lot, and it will be always there as long as you keep your products live. And then from the platform, you can add and remove the product. It's really powerful place to drive conversions and to promote your products and your business directly on Google. And then you can, as I said, add the links for them to click and go on and buy your product. Events, I guess it's really straightforward, this one. If you have an event or an activity happening, you can promote it as well. If you are that type of business, let's say AstroLabs, they can add all their events, like today, for example, if it is in person, even if it's online, like this is the event happening, add some description on this date. You can add hours if you want as well, if you want to be more specific. And you can add link if you want to learn more of, even it will be like book ticket, or it could be like depends, like buy, if it should be like, if it is like buying thing, so depends. And then you can add picture, title for it, and it will disappear after like the event it is like done. And you can add like here like videos, as I said, like and like promote your events. The last one, it is the what's new part, which is a place you can promote new stuff happening in your business, or even we use it to be honest, like with most of our clients, to promote the blog posts, because the blog post usually it is a place where you give tips or information to the users or to share something with them. So you can promote all your blog posts on this what's new section, where you can like add image, link to the blog, for example. This is optional as well, the link on all of them, and you can add like a small description. So you can like promote your content then in that case, make sure the users as well, while they're looking, to check if you have anything new, anything. Let's say I'm a car owner for Toyota, let's say, and I'm going to open the service center showrooms because I'm looking on Google to open that service center showroom, to call them to book service or to request directions. And recently I wrote an article about like what is how to maintain your Toyota in the heat in UAE. And I might, when I see it, when I'm searching for that and see it down, because I will not go and open the website to look for a blog. Oh, this is interesting topic. It's really trending. I click on it and learn more about it. So I engage with the user. I brought them to the website. I built a more stronger relationship with them. So this kind of post, it will help you to do this kind of stuff. In general, this is the most popular places where you can do Google Post. All of them are free. There is nothing actually not free with Google My Business except the paid ads for the locations. But everything is free there, and you can use it. Really easy to use it. I will give you some like quick 5 tips when you do that like blog post writing. First, make sure like when you write to choose if it is event, if it is offer, if it is like what's new, if it is product, choose what is the topic and make sure to choose the right template for that. And then like for the photos and the videos that you want to choose, of course, make sure it's high resolution. The photos should be simple. Here it's not like square, like it's like around like 400, 300. This is the minimum resolution. I would say like don't go with really big ones as well, because it might crop, especially if there is message inside the image for the offer. And it's really good if you have that type of message, if it's offered, like to have it as well in the image. And of course it should be GPG or PNG. And if it is a video, like just make sure the size is not above like 100 megabytes. I will not recommend to have videos, pictures. I guess it's more better on this one. For sharing the presentation, I'm not sure. Like I guess Lucas can like Luke can like share the presentation later. But yeah, happy to share that. For the title, just it should be 4 or 5 words, 58 characters for the title of the let's say if it's an event or post or anything. And for the more details, you have up to 1,500 characters, like for the description part down, but don't do that. Because no one will read all that text. They can click and go on the website if they want to read it. Between 150 to 300, I would say don't go above 150 as well. Usually we do 2 sentences and it will be enough, just to have like 2 sentences enough to engage the users to go and click on the read more or learn more or buy or redeem or anything, to go to the website, and then they can read as much as they want or like engage as much as they want. Just quick tip, don't mention your, and call to action, to choose what you want, buy, book online, learn more, call, visit, etc. Just quick tip, just don't mention your brand name in the title, because you will lose from the character limits for nothing, because it will be inside your brand name, inside your location. So it's really useless to mention your brand name inside in the event title, or inside the offer title, or inside your product title or anything. It's like pointless to do that or to add that, because it is inside your brand. It's like you don't need to do this, and you lose just like character limits. That was for the blog post. I'm trying like to speed up a little bit. Just I want one thing to mention, like with the best practices, there is more stuff that you can do. For example, if you are a restaurant, I saw like someone ask about the menu thing. For the menu, you have a separate section inside the Google My Business called menu, where you can upload, if you are a restaurant or cafe, you can upload your menu items one by one, with image, with the price, with small description, what is the ingredients inside it, highlighting as well, this is the most selling or this is the most popular. You can do all of that as well for the menus. So you can do that for the menus as well. Like if your business requires booking or stuff, you will see a place where you can add a book, like book an appointment, for example, link, where you can add directly a link for people to go to a form or to book an appointment. There is different for restaurants as well. There is something for the menu as well. You can add link to the menu where they can go to the website, or to reserve a table to add like booking as well. You will see it on some businesses. So this is what I presented before. It is all the common stuff between all businesses. Depends on the industry. There is more stuff you can see and you can do. For the reporting, I will try to go quick on this one. For the reporting, to be honest, what I'll present now, it will be soon outdated. Google like relaunching a new one. It is added on the left side where you see like there is business info, post stuff. On the left side of the Google My Business, there is a separate section called menu, and when you click on it, you will be able to add all these elements. It's really straightforward. It will show you where to add the image, where to add description, where to add the name of the dish. So yeah, I was saying about the reporting, it will be changing like really soon. Google released the beta version. I'm not sure if anyone of you saw it. So this, what I will show now, it will change soon to something even better with more insights. but mainly it will be about the same concept. So I will explain to you one of the most important ones, and there is stuff maybe hopefully later on we can have when Google releases a blog post on AstroLabs website where I can highlight all the new stuff and how you can read the data and what is the data that it will be valuable for your business. So the first one, it is the how it show you how customers search for your business, and here you can see if it's direct, which is mean if people directly putting your brand name or not. So the direct, it is like more the branded terms, and we see for this location, for example, most of it's direct. The discovery, it is like when they were putting something generic and they found your place and then they visited. And here branded, because I will not mention the name of this. You will not see it for all businesses, but this is for a specific businesses because you could have the brand name in a different way from the direct, which is because you will have multiple, because this location, it is like a place where it has a lot of location inside it. So that's why you will have two separate ones. But mainly most of the businesses, they will have these two things, only direct and discovery, which is branded and generic. And you will see the contribution between both. If you have more discovery stuff, that means you are investing a lot in doing local search and being visible on generic stuff, especially if you are active on doing Google Post, because it will help you to gain a more generic visibility. And sometimes the brand is really strong. You'll always have a high strength, high branded traffic coming. Next, it's like the split between the impression. So you can see if you are listed on search on maps. On search, that means on Google search, like the knowledge panel or the local packs. And the maps, if it is on the mobile app or if it is on Google Maps website. And you will see like how much impressions you are having. And always, most of the time, the maps are bigger than the search. It should be like this. If it's not like this, there is something wrong with your business, because people mainly use most of the time the search on the maps more than search, and plus you have more opportunity to be visible on the maps more. So we can see the difference. It's really big between the two. So the impressions, that means it's represent how many times you appeared. Here it will show you like how much your business is popular and how many keywords you are appearing. And then the action part, which is visit the website, because you have a visit the website button when you add it. If the people requesting directions and going physically to your location, or they are like clicking and calling you. And then you can see like on every month, or even you can put bigger time range and you start monitoring that and see this month I have a drop, I have increase, I have decrease, why, and start like linking all of that. There is more stuff it will be added to these insights. You can see as well. Now, actually, we can see like from which areas people are coming to your location on the request directions. So let's say if I'm operating in Dubai, I couldn't add screenshot for that one because I will disclosing like client information. I can do that. So you will see like, for example, if I am in AstroLabs and I can see, for example, mainly people like coming from Sharjah or from Abu Dhabi or even inside Dubai, from which areas. It will show you a heat map. And in the new reports that Google releasing, you will get insights about as well keywords. So what people search for to appear, to be the first time they show keywords for the locations, and link it with that. And they are linking this with the like search console and with the GA as well, so you'll be able to get more insights. As I said, like hopefully when it's released and fully released, we can maybe have a blog post and talk about it more. So in general, like it will help you a lot to get a lot of information about your business and learn more. Just quickly to summarize this, being local, having like a local present online, overcome your competition. You should be there. You should not like leave it. It's like really big place and a lot of stuff could happen there and it's free. So you should do this. There is nothing like hold you from doing that. Get most out of your local listing on Google. You should not like only create the profile and that's it. You always can do more and optimize and add more stuff. Being active on Google Posts, it is the biggest recommendation I can give today. really like invest that because it's free and it's really powerful place. And use the insights to improve your local search strategy. It will help you to get a lot of insights about from where your customer coming, how you can do it. Um, if you have multiple locations, do you just post on the same? Yeah, we do that, to be honest, sometimes. For example, like one of the examples that I was showing, Automall. Automall, they have multiple locations, multiple showrooms. Same for Lexus. Yeah, we add the same product, same post. If it is the same, it's valid for all of them. You can add exactly the same. There is no duplication issues here. Google doesn't consider this as duplicate. They're really aware of this, like they are just like from the same business, but different places. So you can do that, yeah. It's a really great question. You can add exactly the same post. And yeah, that's it for today. Please feel free to add. I don't know, we have like 2 minutes, and add any questions.
Thank you very much, Amar. Thank you very much. Really amazing session. Guys, feel free to keep posting your questions in the chat. We will look at them since we have like a few minutes remaining. In the meantime, while you're typing them, let me once again kind of introduce what we're doing in AstroLabs Academy. So one of the ways how you can join us is the digital marketing certification course, which is the entry-level course for everyone who wants to get introduction to digital marketing, where we touch on every single topic of digital marketing, from SEO as today to social media, paid social, Google Ads, etc. We'll share you the link in chat as well if you want to take a look. This course is happening either in person in our Courtyard campus in our class, or online via Zoom. We also have some specialization courses, which you can find more information on our website about it. So that's if you want to learn more about digital marketing. I see there are a few questions. One from me, Amar. There used to be lots of troubles in Dubai with like verification of the address for Google My Business. Is this still happening, or is it now easy?
It is still, sadly, it's worse than before, because yeah, before we used, even before when they first started, we used to have the Google support team here to help on that. Now then they moved the whole local search around the world team on Google to Ireland, and then they moved the call center to India. So even you need to work on the timing in India, and like there is, I guess, 1.5 hour difference, and it's really confusing. But and it doesn't work in other countries. They really send the verification code through mails and stuff. In UAE or in the Middle East, they don't do that. So always you need to do this video verification. And now there is a new policy to do that. If you are more than 10 location, you need to verify an account, and it's different process and it's longer process. And you need to use for that one a verified agency. You can't do it by your own. So it is more complicating. We keep wishing for Google to improve it, but it's going more complicated. But it is the only difficult part, to be honest, on that. Whenever like you manage to do it, verify your account, then you can do magic with the platform. I will try to answer the questions. First one was like, if you have several brands of one company, yes, you can create multiple locations with the same profile. Actually, for RBBI, we are agency, have hundreds of locations for our, even almost thousands of locations for our clients around the globe. So you create inside inside your Google My Business profile, you can create a location group, and then you can put it for the brands. Let's say if you are a company like, I will go back to lifestyle. To Landmark. They have multiple brands. They have Home Center, they have Centerpoint, they have Shoemart. So they can create a business group for Home Center, and then inside that business group, they put all the locations for Home Center. You can create it for the country as well. Home Center UAE, Home Center Saudi, etc., etc. Yes, you can do that. How do you link to Google Ads to account from Google AdWords? You need to have the same owner, the person who is who have like admin access to your AdWords account. Give them like manager any access to GMP. Could be owner or manager. And then when they have both access, they can from Google AdWords link the Google My Business account, and then automatically the ads start appearing in the locations. No, they are not related. You need to add the products separately from Google Merchant and like GMP, but on GMP it's much easier than Google Merchant. Yes, I can do that. I can do that, but I'm not sure if it will work with all locations, to be honest, because sometimes you need to keep updated. I can maybe like send later or show you how you can find it, the form. It will be better than like sharing a link because it keeps changing. I try to bookmark it all the time, but it doesn't work. What to do when you have only mobile number to claim our brand and Google doesn't verify very quickly? Yeah. There is sometimes Google appear this stack option to verify through mobile. In UAE, the only thing to do is Google to call you on your mobile, as I said, and then like they will send you a Hangout meeting now and like do a video call and show the location. You will never receive the mail thing um, for the mail option in UAE, in the Middle East in general. We have 70 stores for mobiles. I also have IT store with the same name. We also have head office. Yeah, I will recommend for each different business in a group of business, even though if they are in the same location, to create a different business, as I said, because if different departments, it's better. Okay, it's better if it's not the same. You need to create them. Maybe you can create business groups for the stores, for the IT store. Then like another business group, as I said, like you can create something called business group and list all the locations there, so it will be easier for you to manage. Yeah. In terms of like to do that for the API programming or all of that, to implement, you can speed up the stuff and make it easier. For example, like updating the business information if you have a lot. You can do more, but you can do the stuff in more efficient way. And if you link, you have the API first in terms of pulling the data, it will be really easier, and link it with Data Studio or with Tableau, with anything, and like make it in dashboard, so it will be easier. Or to upload the data, like updating the hours, running through the API, and that's it. You don't need to go manually update, like if you have multiple locations one by one. So you can do more, but you can do more efficient with that. You can make a website on Google My Business without a website. Google provide that option. It's like one page thing. Like if you want to quickly like promote your business, if you don't have website, this is really for the small local businesses. You can do that. Yes. What are the best elements that provide you to be the top Google? Yeah. On this one, to be honest, first following these best practices, and then like it is related as well to the website itself and SEO. It's not only about the Google My Business. So you need to have the local search, having like, for example, the NAB script implemented on the website. Like there is a lot of SEO, local SEO stuff on the website need to be done to guarantee and to have like make sure you are ranked high. Google My Business, it's really important. It is the must thing to have and do, as I said, but it's not enough, to be honest. If you and your competitor having this, which is really easy for two websites or two brands to have this optimized in this way. So the matter of like who rank higher, it will be about the website itself. So it is, maybe we can have another session later on to talk about the website elements of the SEO, not the Google My Business elements, what you can do to optimize. It's really big. It's not a small thing I can give now.
Great, Amar. I guess we're running out of time, so let's take one last question. There are some good ones, so let's try to club it into one last answer, and let's wrap it up.
I can see 5 people say that they can do 10K listing and get more stars. Like there is people like anything industry, anything, you'll see people like they will try to like always like mess with the system, and like they get fake reviews, stuff like that, hack the system. But this is not sustainable. You don't need to do that. Don't try to cheat on Google. They will always become smarter. We see big brands like And really, they lost a lot from trying to be smarter and doing that. Just follow the best practices and do it in the right way. You will win, even though it's not the fastest way, but it's the safest way. And I always recommend to do that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I guess we are like run out of time. Thank
Yeah,
you all.
Amar, thank you very much. The amount of questions is showing how interesting the topic was. So thank you very much. You guys, if you are kind of curious to learn more, feel free to get in touch with us if there are some questions. Again, come back to us. Amr will be soon joining our SEO courses. So if you want to see him live, that will be your best chance. Thank you very much. Have a great Eid, everyone, and hope to see you during the next mini class from AstroLabs, which probably will happen right after Eid. So if you are keen to learn more, just follow up on Meetup, follow up on social media, and we'll post it there. Thanks, Amar, again, and see you next time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.